Serious?
Hmm?
You serious?
Actually, you know what? If I sit there and let the idea steep for a bit, I might do it.
Hey, whatever. I spent a bunch on computers, so. Blame me.
I do like Civ Rev, or like it was the one I played. It was on the 360.
I, okay. Yeah, that is probably my favorite, and I could still play that. Civ, I usually have bad memories, mainly because people get really angry because of how much time you spend into that game. I've played it with Devin
Oh,
and Nick and about everybody, and usually
uh,
people get real mad by the end because there's a lot of backstabbing.
well, yeah, you have to. That's
Yeah,
the
that's
thing
part
with
of the
that
game,
game.
but still,
Like,
it's mainly
actually,
you've put that much effort into it, and then you're just gonna get somebody who's, can't take loss or stuff like that.
yeah.
I'm just building
Another
everything.
game is StarCraft.
Eh, no, I didn't like StarCraft. I,
Oh,
I, pl-
seriously?
I, I played more BFME 2 than StarCraft.
Damn.
Nick, Devin likes it. I like Dawn of War as well more. You ever played that?
Well, I also taught Devin how to play StarCraft a little bit.
Well, he talks about it a lot, says he
The
plays
original
it.
one.
Yeah, he says he plays it. I figured he
Well,
does.
the original one, whenever he was starting to play it and everything, he was like, "What do you mean?" I told him that he could hit. What was it? I think it was shift. It was either shift or enter 1 through 9, and those are squads. 'Cause StarCraft has a built-in like squad system, and he didn't know it. So essentially, he was beating games with like one squad.
Oh my god. Yeah.
And I was like, Devin, you can't properly Zerg rush with 10 Zerg. It doesn't work.
I just don't really
But I
like,
remember Jack introduced me to it because he let me use his little BlizzCon button thing. He's got
button.
it. It's an old thing for shit. What is it? It's like a login thing. I have to ask him about it again. But it's like this little blue screen that has a number on it, and you click this like little button on it, and it connects through your internet to it, and it like logs him in.
Oh,
But
okay, yeah, and it had StarCraft on
basically, yeah, he let me use StarCraft and play it some, and I liked it. I liked it because I'm looking for RTS games because they haven't been putting out many new RTS games,
it. I got you.
and this was before. This was probably the time that we were playing Factorio, and we were also Jack and I on the side was looking into playing Battlefield 1942.
2, yeah, that's it.
Yeah, the old school Battlefield that was like amazing.
Yeah.
That and StarCraft. And I like the story with StarCraft because I like the old school, like seeing what the old animations looked like.
I mean, strange, but whatever.
Just like how far cutscenes went along, I guess is what I'm trying to say.
I still don't get what you're saying, but yeah, I get you, Nate. I get you.
Have you seen any of the StarCraft, like, okay, a good example, Fallout? Fallout's like beginning cutscenes, you know, those like 3D rendered CGI cutscenes they had?
Yeah, okay.
It's a little older than that, so it's like almost like movie CGI.
That is pretty cool, I guess.
Because it was
I'd
like an
watch that.
in-between era. Yeah, it was interesting.
Also, I kind of ruined my thing for RTS games. Well, first off,
Really?
old RTS games, like, I feel like aren't complicated enough. like StarCraft. What is it? You ever played Warcraft? It's like it's fantasy StarCraft basically. It's made by Blizzard, I believe.
Oh, I have not.
Basically, those older RTSs that are real simple compared to later ones.
Right.
That's what happened with Civrev. What is it called?
It just feels too simple.
Mainly because I played Hoi 4, Stellaris.
Oh, hard.
What
Okay,
is it?
I got you.
They're called what are they called? Grand Strategy. Yeah, that's usually what they are called to differentiate from the other ones. But yeah, after playing those, with how complicated they are and learning them, it just feels like less of a game to me.
Oh, I got you.
That's my own fault though.
I recently got into Stellaris on console, which I think is a little bit weirder than PC, probably.
It is, but still, I'm glad people play it. Give it a try.
No, I love it. Like, I'm wanting to get into it heavier whenever, like, I'm waiting to get an Xbox Series X. Because PC, I'm sure, can handle it fine, but Xbox currently, like, I have a Xbox S. It's not like, not Series S, but like, just S. The Scorpio.
Series X,
the one that you
the
take.
new one that came out that everyone was buying, taking completely off the shelves, and no one could get them.
Yeah, the Series X was pretty much just out of stock, and the Series S was like the one that was available, so everyone was like, I gotta get it.
Yeah.
But the deal with the Series S is that it didn't have a disc drive, so you have to download everything.
But it was cheaper, right?
Yeah, but it also has a
and also, I don't see the
has a slight performance hindrance compared to the Series X.
No. That's the only thing I could think of, because I mean, you're gonna have to install the games anyway. Might as well.
Yeah, I know.
I mean,
normally
hardly
like,
anyone uses disc anymore that I know of.
I try to get discs where I can because I feel like there's gonna be a day that they,
Yeah, I get what you
update
mean.
and stuff like that.
I do that for
and
movies,
like,
but still.
I remember Jack and them was like, "Why do that? Why would you ever?" And I'm like, "No, don't give me that trash." Because I'd like to
go ahead,
enjoy
buy
my
all your games on a central server, and then when they yank the plug, good luck playing them.
Yeah, basically. Like that's my approach to it. And eventually, I want to like download all my games, like it, because you know how storage has increased. Like whenever we were playing 360, a terabyte wasn't a thing. It was a thing, but it wasn't like a storage device yet.
Yeah.
So eventually they're going to get storage big enough that I can download all my games that I get. And I can have all the discs to them and not worry about installing them, unless it's like, a live oriented game like Limbo stuff. Or Fallout 76. Like once those are gone, they're just pretty much gone.
Yeah, they'll come out with like 100 terabyte hard drives that are the size of probably an Xbox 360 power brick. I just wish they add more USB plugins to an Xbox. Not
Wish they'd add a what?
USB plugins to an Xbox. Wish they'd add more.
Yeah, that'd be nice.
Just
Yeah,
yeah. There's wired
not
controllers. They don't even want you using those anymore. There's only one, I'm pretty sure, on the. No, two probably. I think one in the back.
Mine has 2 in the front, and there's 2 in the back, but it's weird. They're trying to orient it to where you only use batteries and stuff like that, and I'm like, no. Because I'm a diehard... I'm a diehard wire person. And everyone I talk... Wire.
Wire? What the heck's a wire person?
Wired controller.
Oh, okay. I got you.
Because I don't like the thought of having to pay to use what I use to game.
I get what you mean.
Like, I know I'm going to be paying for electricity, blah, blah, blah.
No. Okay, I don't agree with you that, because you're just partially, you're just a poser, man. You're like, oh, I don't want to fully pay for it. That's why I use wired, but I'll still pay for the subscription fee, the internet access, etc., etc. I get you can't pay.
Right, but that's an added fee.
Still, you pay for online. I don't understand you console people, honestly, but that's just me. Whatever. I vented. There you go, Nate. You got me mad.
Oof, oof. I irked him. Anyways,
Go on, yeah.
eventually I want to be able to download everything, but I'm trying to get a Series X because for Solaris, at first the game runs fine. Like, it's amazing, and it runs fine
Yeah, that's what Devin
towards
was.
the
I
end.
think Devin was telling me. The late game, it just.
But, like, yeah, it
dies.
becomes unbearable because, you know, whenever you start the game, if you hit play, the days just start ticking by, like, time.
Yeah.
Well, it's like there's too much info to comprehend because it's trying to keep up with all
Well,
of
it's
it or
because
something.
yeah, you got every
guess.
faction and all those pops, and then they all just keep adding up over time, and then there's the endgame crisis, and then eventually it just slows down. I get you.
It gets to the point that it's taking like 5 to 10 seconds per day, and it's like, which
Oh God,
sitting
no.
there thinking about
I
it,
think
it's
I've
not
never
that
gone
bad.
that
Like
way.
most people.
Just to get halfway through it. But Stellaris, they don't really have that problem on PC. I mean, anytime you're playing with those grand strats, you gotta be ready to sit down for a few hours, but not
Yeah.
as long as you're saying. I mean, we got to the endgame crisis in about 3 hours or so, 3.5. Me, Xavier, and Gabe. But we did play
Well, I
on a
also
tiny universe.
I set my settings to be like massive.
Oh God, no. No, yeah,
Like
we'd
I like
be there
max
forever.
size solar systems.
that.
I like the longest amount of years. I love it because I just love managing, I guess, the game.
We didn't put enough time on ours because we were planning, because we're decent now. We know how to play the game, really, how to manage our economy and all that. Ooh, bad idea. So then we were gonna do one where we kind of do politics in a way and kind of fight each other, but we wouldn't ever really kill each other, you know. But you get what I mean, just play against each other.
Yeah.
And actually try some normal multiplayer. But then the endgame crisis came in, knocked right in Xavier's Empire, and blew him up. Just ripped him apart instantly.
Blew who up?
Xavier. They literally spawned in his
Oh.
empire. And
Was it the flood like thing?
yeah, the infestation, whatever they are. He got ripped apart in a matter of months, and then what happened? What sealed the deal was I was basically the chancellor, getting everybody together to fight it, and then
The chancellor.
I messed up because I built too many robot pops, and they rebelled and killed me in like a month, literally, and I was out of the game. Bam, over. Don't build too many robot pops. Of course, Nate
Well,
he plays robots.
I play the robots, or the other one I'm wanting to learn is the hive mind. But my problem with the hive mind is, you know, you're against everyone if you're the hive mind.
No, you can be friendly. Pretty sure. If
You
you're
have
trying to
I
consume
think it's other
biomass,
hive
then
minds.
yeah.
Yeah,
other
that's-
hive minds maybe. Yeah, I can see that.
I think. I know robots, there's a section of the robots that's fun. It's the, basically, you're like racist against organics.
Yeah, there's determined exterminators. They just kill all organics. Then there's also the ones who symbiote, I guess, cyborg.
Yeah, and then there's the assimilators.
That's what.
That
yeah,
basically
that's it.
turns organics into their pets.
Is that what they do? I thought they just make everybody robot.
No, the assimilators, well, they do, actually, I think you're right. I think the assimilators make them robots, and the third one turns them into pets because they become like vassals.
Subservient,
essentially.
servitors. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's it. Why you play those? I never really wanted to do that because it kind of sounds silly.
No. No, I don't want to have pets. It's not my thing.
They don't.
If you
It's
play,
not pets. They're
if you-
pampering them. Literally, they're just.
Yeah, it's like getting. Well, it kind of is pets. It's like human pets. Like, they interact with you and everything, but, like, you pamper them. You're like, oh, look, you shit on the floor and can't wipe yourself. Here you go.
We're gonna have to put you
Give them a
down.
Slurpee.
We're gonna have to put your whole world down, actually.
Well,
You're too much a drain on the Empire.
That reminds me of the Fallen Empires, or at least the pacifist ones. I think it's a pacifist. Maybe Xenophile pacifist.
I know some pacifist empires will step in and be like, okay, we're gonna go to war with you so nobody goes to war anymore. That's their war goal, I think. Just to pacify everybody.
Well, I think that's the
you were talking about something else though with your Fallen
yeah,
Empire.
the Fallen Empire. Well, they have. Have you ever killed a Fallen Empire?
Heck no, way too much fighting.
I've done it in on wouldn't like I don't out tech them, but I out like militarize them, if that makes sense.
You can do that. I usually have a death
It's
stack.
hard. Yeah. I don't know what difficulty y'all play. I don't know if you play on like the standard like.
No, we
don't
play
turn
easy.
any
We're not that
turns.
good, Nate.
Okay, yeah. So you can out military them, but it's hard because you have to focus roughly on technology, and you also have to batten down your borders. So I get whenever I research and stuff, I try to research everything on the space stations.
Wait, do you habit whatever it is where you build out
Habitats?
Yeah, you build a lot of those.
Yeah. I don't build a lot. Like, I always get to that point, and then I stop playing. It takes forever to get to the point that you're building habitats.
I got you.
They're good for
saving your butt, and if you're in a multiplayer game, because you can build anywhere.
It's good for saving your ass, and if your home planet's getting overpopulated and you're not the kind of person to turn off the "hey, quit fucking" button.
Oh, I don't get the point of not doing that. More, numbers is how I see it. More people to throw in the grinder.
Yeah, that's how I see. Well, not only that, it also just increases your resources in the end of the day.
So yeah, more people work in the factories. Blah blah blah. Yeah.
But I generally, I have to look up what I do again. I can't remember all the names. But there's a few different things you can get that allows you to build a shit ton of defense platform. Because I think if you get all the right stuff, you can build like 21 defense platforms around an outpost. And I only try to expand far enough to have the entrances to my, like, I guess you'd call it Empire, Galactic Empire. There's only one way in or out through those choke points. So I always put that 21 defense thing right in the middle and just sit there with my military. And whenever I attacked the Fallen Empire, I discovered they had worlds of pets. Essentially, they were acting like the Forerunners from Halo.
Oh yeah, they capture one of
planet.
each of every species. They try to, at least. You can also refuse to put on an arc, basically.
Yeah.
Basically, exactly like Halo.
Yeah, essentially, they're like, in case the world fucks up, at least your species.
We know what's gonna happen. You guys are gonna screw something up. So.
Yeah. Do you ever put more than one Fallen Empire?
A what?
Do you ever put more than one Fallen Empire?
Yeah, usually two. Because they sometimes, if you're lucky, they go to war against each other. War in heaven.
I was going to say, have you had a war in heaven yet? Well,
Never
it can
actually
be lucky, but
been
it
in
can be
one of
bad
those.
too. It's hard. Like, I've never
Be the
been in
neutral
one, but
nation.
from what I hear,
League of Neutral Nations or whatever.
yeah, I think if you try to do that, they'll still kill you. Because it turns into a civil war, and they're like, if you're not on our side, you're
yeah,
ahead of
but
the
that's where you come in with because everyone who doesn't join a side will join you then, whoever created the faction. So then you can have a decent army of AI, depending. I mean, it'd be better to be on a Fallen Empire side.
Right.
The only ones I've been getting is the Great Khan.
Oof.
Usually what happens is several people near him get vassalized, and then he just explodes. That's it. Like, oh, 10 months later, dead.
Oof. But no, I like the robots specifically and the hive minds, but I like the robots just because I hate managing food. Like, oh my god, I hate food.
Why is that a... No. Okay, whatever. I guess some
Well,
people have different problems, whatever.
well, no, I've had a few problems with it. Like, it's not that big a deal. Like, I'm sure if I just sat
Managing
down
food's like the least of my worries. Usually it's alloys or something like that for ships. I can literally put a trait called agrarian for my pops, and it just makes... I have always just a surplus of food, but I also play on cadet, so it's probably much easier.
Well, yeah, it's hard telling, but I don't know. I'll show you one of my builds on one of my characters here in a bit, or empires or whatever.
Gotcha.
Here, I'll be back. Ow.
Power. I have the power to get the power. Can't be. Where I came from. And I did not go this way, I don't think. Maybe I did. Let's think. Where have I not been? How's the elevators? Well, I have been here. I remember cutting right. It's this way. Probably this way. Yeah. No? Maybe? Up here. Where the gate is. Huh. Go this way. Did not go this way. There we go. And this, that off. Oh, Christ, what happened? For really something. cowboy. Goodbye, Mr. Bond. Dang.